disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Angel Diaz and Joe Hartley. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Monday, you got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE with Chris Los and Travis. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, Gene, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's up?
Not much, man. Been a chilled out week. Got a pretty bad cold going through the family right now. We did test for COVID a few times because, it's that bad. But negative all times, so we're just getting over it, getting through it, and should be good for the holidays, I hope.
Okay, all right. What about you, Angel?
I've just been having a crazy couple of days, man. But I had a good weekend. Did some tournaments, not the results I wanted, but just chipping away, man, slowly but surely. That's really it.
Okay, all right. What was your tournament?
Did Pennsylvania on Saturday, and then after that, I was able to get back in time, but then ran into a New York tournament, and literally just driving through, trying to get home, and just did that tournament just because.
Just stopped at the tournament. Just knew a tournament was in New York and said, what the hell? Let me just compete.
Yeah.
I never did a tournament like that. I never.
Me neither.
Just
that sounds fun
out
though.
The blue. Just out the blue.
That sounds fun.
Literally just did a double this weekend. That's what
just
I did.
Fly by tournament.
Yep,
okay.
That's it.
All right. My weekend was kind of, I've been going nonstop, man, for a minute now. Just one thing after another, trying to get things ready for this, this house. Finally putting stuff together, hanging out with Champ and with Mel, and it's just always something. I'm always doing something, going somewhere, and actually I'm on my way to Florida Thursday morning. My cousin's getting married, so I'm gonna fly down there for this weekend and hang out in South Florida this weekend. So that should be cool.
Heck yeah! You find a new place for the gym yet?
No, man. What I'm gonna end up doing, man. I'm gonna end up waiting until March or April. Just make sure I don't get hit with these DTE heat and bills for the winter. I'm gonna wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a minute. But I still been looking, man. I still been looking. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start doing more Zoom classes also. So I'm gonna get the kids a bonus class for Saturday mornings if they want to. That'll be for kids who miss their class during the week. They'll know that Saturday mornings there's an extra class that they can do and just do that at home. And then also I'm gonna start doing one-on-ones with the kids also. Not everybody's not going to have a one-on-one every single weekend. So they'll rotate every 4 to 6 weeks, and I'll just jump on Zoom with the kids for about 20 minutes, just make sure certain things are looking okay. Man, one of the things I'm having a hard time with, these kids now, man, are just so laid back. Like, how can you bring that energy up in these kids and make them more intense? That's what I'm dealing with right now. Like, so many kids I got, man, they just so laid back. Just so laid back and cool.
Do what they like. Do whatever's their favorite activity. Do that with them right now until Christmas break. And then after Christmas break, then they should have like a new revitalized soul kind of.
It's not the little kids. It's not them. It's the kids that's 12, 13, 14 years old. It's those kids,
All right, do they like to fight or not?
I don't know, man. some of these kids, like I don't know how much they like to spar. It's just a different generation of kids that I'm used to teaching and that I'm used to being around. You know, it's just different now. It's just real different. You know. What were you about to say, Joe?
I'm just saying, it's always going to be different because, like, the way we came up, it's just you can't do that no more.
Oh, I'm not talking about the way my uncle used to motivate us. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying even. I mean, your uncle, his was great, but even when I first started, it was pretty extreme. You got push-ups and wall sits, and like, now parents will start saying, "Oh, you're picking on my kid, or you're pushing my kid too hard." It's like, yeah, but that's what you brought him here for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Exactly.
It kind of irritates me sometimes, but I'm like, we gotta kind of work it the way, the parents want us to. Otherwise, you're gonna have no students.
Yeah, you know what? I told some of the kids, some of my advanced students, the blue belts, green belts. I told them that from now on, going forward, they're not testing without intensity. Intensity is part of their class requirements. They're just not just going through the motions.
Well, especially at that level, 100%.
Yeah, especially at that level. I can't see myself putting a red belt on some of these kids that I have right now until they start to turn the corner. So that's where I'm at with them. And this movie, Jiu Jitsu, that's our movie for this week.
Man, threw me off with this one. I'm not gonna lie, because I you know what? I already left it expecting this movie to be bad, and it wasn't bad.
What?
I didn't think it was bad.
Are you serious?
I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was bad.
Oh my God.
Really?
This is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. This
oh, come on. This is not Street level. This is not Street Fighter level.
Yeah, it is, man. It's below. No, it's below Street Fighter level.
It's not below Street Fighter.
Angel, what do you think about this movie?
I thought they threw a bunch of well-known actors that could do a bunch of karate moves, and they had some good fight scenes, but overall this movie fucking sucked.
Wow.
Like, why is Tony Jaa with one Tonfa? Like, who came up with this?
He had two of them.
At one point, you only had one. Just do whatever you want.
Do what you gotta work with.
Listen. At the end of the day, you can throw all the actors you want. It's kind of like Space Jam. You can steal all the talent you want from the NBA players. Don't mean you're gonna win. So,
Joe, did you?
The funny thing is like Nicolas Cage was kind of the odd man out. Like, what was the point?
I don't understand the point of any of this. Literally, man, this. Oh my God. Okay, so there are certain things that could have worked, if it was done a little different. Now, Joe, did you see what the budget was for this movie?
$25 million.
And did you see how much they made at the box office?
No.
Less than 100,000.
They put this at the box office?
Yes.
This came out of, the name of the movie was stupid. I'm going to tell you right now. The name of the movie pissed me off.
Angel is dying.
So, what do you think they charge Netflix?
I thought you were saying less than $1 million.
What do you? They must have charged Netflix $24 million for this shit.
Yeah, man, this
less than $100,000.
Less than $100,000.
Yo, some people get a salary way more than that.
It's like the first few people saw it and then passed it along. Like, don't watch it. Don't go watch this movie. It sucked. I thought they really did a terrible job as far as marketing the movie. Honestly, though, because
I never heard about it till you said it the other day. I thought it was just a Netflix movie.
No. Like I said, either me or Jeff or me and Mike saw the trailer sometime last year, and we talked about watching it. But other than that, and I think I saw the trailer. I might have seen it on Facebook. But other than that, I didn't see any type of marketing for it. And then it just hit me that I remembered that, oh yeah, there's a movie named Jiu Jitsu. And I was not expecting it to be like this. I didn't think that it was about it was going to be about an alien. Okay, basically, this alien comes to Earth every 6 years to spar. That's it. He comes like you. That's your purpose to come here to spar.
He wants to have an honorable match. He doesn't want you to cheat or punk out, or which, by the way, he doesn't want you to cheat. But I feel like he's kind of cheating with all his technology and his little. He's invisible. He's throwing ninja stars that never end.
He's sick.
He can't.
He's
He
sick.
can't die.
Can't die. What kind of person teaches because they said that he taught these warriors
Jiu Jitsu.
I'm not calling it Jiu Jitsu, man. I'm not doing it.
But that's what they said.
I'm not doing it. I was paying attention. They throughout the whole movie, they probably did some form of Jiu Jitsu twice in this whole movie. Twice.
It's that.
Yeah, that's it. Other than that, I don't understand why they just didn't name it ninjutsu or something to that effect. Like a jiu-jitsu practitioner has to be insulted if they watch this movie.
I could have called it Alien Warrior, Predator, Samurai Predator, something.
Any other than jiu-jitsu. That is just a dumb name for this movie. So he trained these warriors for thousands of years. He's lost for thousands of years. What's wrong with him?
What was the comment? What did the comment have to do with the whole thing too?
I don't know. I was going to ask you guys that.
I was confused about that too. They talked about the comment and how it had something to do with it, but then I didn't get it.
I didn't either.
The whole part.
Go ahead, Angel.
So you're so fucking confused, and you still say this is a good movie?
I didn't say it was a good movie. I said I went into it with terrible expectations, and it rose above my expectations.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking?
Man, Joe.
Yo, what are you talking about?
I can't rock with you on this one, man. This movie.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
Joe,
it.
I'm always like, I try to give you some slack, but you got no leash here, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait. First off, you ain't gonna dog me on this because y'all gave Mortal Kombat 10 and 15, but then you dogged it too. So you can't give a perfect score in dog shit. So don't dog me for that.
You said you had expectations that it was here, and it was here. Here,
sure, that's fine.
Oh my god!
When I read the synopsis of the movie, I said, "Oh, we're in for a treat here because this is gonna be garbage." And I watched it twice and said, it's okay.
Your eyes allowed you to watch a second time?
Well, you know what? Honestly, Angel, I watched it twice also.
I just wanted to make sure I had the full story.
I value my time. My time is very valuable.
I watched it all the way through twice. I fell asleep on it maybe about 6 or 7 times. Like I couldn't get past the first 15 minutes without falling asleep. You couldn't
get past the comment. You said
I couldn't. Like I'm not lying about this either. Like I literally watched it, 5 or 6 times, and I fell asleep at the same part at the very, very beginning of the movie. The first 15, 20 minutes, I fell asleep. I had to eventually watch it, earlier in the evening, where I was, wide awake and was able to get through it because it was, man, I don't know how you enjoyed it, Joe. But it starts.
I like weird stuff, man. I like weird stuff.
Yeah, but this was just beyond weird. Did you? I also had to look it up because I kept seeing the comic book stuff, and I was like, why do they keep turning pages like it's a comic book? And why do they go out and they show us a comic book page? And I looked it up, and I
was wondering the same thing.
Well, it's based on a comic book, an independent comic. I mean, good. I'm happy for those guys that they were able to get that money. But
did you ever see the movie Red 1 and 2?
No, I think I saw the first one
with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and that's what it reminded me of because those are DC comics, Red 1 and 2, and it kind of reminded me of that because they would do in the second one they did it more, but in the first one they didn't do it as much. But in the second one they kept doing little comic strips and all that stuff. So that's what it reminded me of.
Okay. So basically, this alien comes to Earth and he wants to spar. Now he trained these warriors, and I guess for thousands of years he's been defeated. So he's getting what he wants. Now, like, why is that? Like, why is that his thing? That's what I wanted to know. Like, does he go to other planets to do the same thing, or? I mean, I know you guys don't know the answer to this, but
no, what's his face said that was alien politics. What did they call Nicolas Cage's character?
Let me take a look.
Doggone it. I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier.
Wiley.
Yeah, Wiley Coyote. What the fuck? Yeah, he said something about that's alien politics. So he wants to come down and he wants 9 sparring matches, like you said. And as long as you are honorable, you're probably going to die facing him because he can't, for whatever reason, he can't die. And then if he gets the 9 sparring matches and they're all, decent matches, then he'll leave and can't wait till another 6 years. Otherwise, he blows up your planet.
Yeah, that's like, who made that deal with this guy back in the day?
I don't think anybody made the deal. I think he has the ability to do it. So basically, screw you.
This basically was a Mortal Kombat with a little bit of Alien versus Predator in it.
Yeah, I saw a comment like that on. This actually, the critics tore this movie up, but the people gave it 68 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, didn't they have like a 3.8 out of 10 though? Isn't that
on IDBM?
Okay.
There's a little bit of something everywhere.
I would give it a 1. I did not like this movie at all, not one bit. From the name of it to the whole idea.
Oh yeah, the name kept bugging me.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed like someone who was trying to cash in on the popularity of Jiu Jitsu. That's what it seems like to me. That's probably why they didn't really have too many trailers, or probably that's probably why they didn't market and promote it.
Now, see, I'm a fan of Jiu Jitsu, and if you give me a movie called Jiu Jitsu, I want to see some damn Jiu Jitsu.
Right, like Red Bill.
Arm lock, not one little arm lock, and maybe I don't even know what he did, like a chokehold. That was it. No, that's not Jiu Jitsu, homie. That's crap.
Yeah, but just think about it. Like, this alien had to train people. He came here the first time. He trained people, and then these teachings just got passed down from generation to generation to generation for thousands of years. Nobody forgot it, huh?
I guess.
That's crazy. You got anything, Bugs?
I personally just the whole time I watched the movie, I just thought it was bullshit, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, yeah.
Like I literally was sitting here saying, like, all right, when's Liu Kang? When's Liu Kang gonna come out? Like, he's the real. These guys, they're the real protectors of Earthrealm. Just saying, And when, like how you said, when the whole 6-year thing, I was like, God damn, Shao Kahn made a better agreement than that. At least he comes every century. Like, he has some respect. Every 6 years, that's kind of like a presidency. That's kind of like a presidency. Like, every time we change presidents, all right, let's come in. Let's try to fuck some shit up here.
I think you meant the Senate, but I got you. All right, so the way this movie starts, we see a guy running in the woods, and we see these ninja stars coming at him, and then he falls in the water. We find out that this is our supposed hero, Jake. Now, the first time I saw this, I missed this. When he fell in the water, he bumped his head.
Yeah.
The first time it happened, I just thought he just fell in the water, and they were telling us the water knocked him out, and it was pissing me off. Yeah, it was.
No, he hit his head on a rock.
And then he gets pulled out of the water. Somehow he does not drown, even though he's knocked out. So he's able to hold his breath while he's unconscious. Okay, he gets pulled out, and he gets stitched up by some fisher people. I don't want to say fishermen because it was a woman actually who was there, and they end up deciding to take him to the army base, military.
Where did they say this was taking place? Bernese?
Yeah, Burma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they end up taking him to where the soldiers were, and because they thought that he was one of them, but that was not the case. As he was there, he wakes up. The soldiers are trying to get some answers out of him, but he doesn't know anything. He has amnesia and he can't answer any questions. Were you okay with this? Either one of you guys?
That's fine.
This reminds me of Angel's favorite movie. What's the Born Identity? Who's in that one, Angel? Who's in that one? Matt Damon.
That's right.
That's
you
your
wasn't
guy.
even going to say it, man. You wasn't even going to say it.
You don't
I'm sorry,
understand,
but
man, like,
it was just sitting there. It was
like,
just sitting there. I
literally,
couldn't
like,
help myself.
You guys say his name, and I get so I get hot. Like I get like my skin gets hot. Like I really hate him.
Oh, you
Man.
like him that much, huh?
I think he needs to go back to Ocean's 11 and just stay his ass in that. Goodwill Hunting and shit. Don't stop.
He's got a couple of commercials out there. You haven't seen him in his commercials?
No, I don't. No, I don't want to support anything he does. The man can say, "I'll sponsor you on a team." I'll tell him go kiss my ass.
Now you're crazy. You're crazy.
You know, I'm a man that sticks by his word, Gene.
I love it.
So the person who was interrogating him and trying to ask him questions, I believe her name was Myra.
Yep, Myra is trying to interrogate him, but wait a second. We got to talk to where's our interpreter? That's trying to speak to the lady that dropped him off.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to skip through as much of this damn movie as I can. Go ahead. If you got something to add to it, go ahead.
He just this lady's trying to tell him that she stitched him up and that all this stuff, and then she's even trying to tell him about how they're all gonna die and everything because of this whole legend or whatever of the comet and the warrior that's going to come out and everything. So she knows what's going on. And they have the worst interpreter because he's only getting half the story from this lady and he's making up the rest.
Right. Now, did you guys notice the comet at the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
As I think some people were walking or something like that. And if you looked up, you saw the comet flying overhead. I didn't know. I know it said it was a comet at first, but I thought it might have been maybe they were thinking it was a comet and it was really like a spaceship or something. But no, I guess it really was a comet. But I don't understand what was the purpose of this comet.
See, now the only thing I come up with is because I did watch it a couple times where she said the comet was supposed to be the one that was going to be the one to save them. And that's why Jake was there. And it's so hard for me to hear the name Jake and not think Jake from State Farm. I can't help myself. It's so stupid, but every time I hear the name Jake, I'm just like, God bless it. Stop saying that.
Now, the comet was flying, had to reach a particular destination for them to send the alien back to its dimension, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. They were saying the comet had to be somewhere before they could send them back. I don't know because they were trying to hurry. They were trying to hurry up and fight him before the comet had passed. But like I said, man, I mean, if you cared that much, if you watch this movie, you might want to try and pull up some additional information, not on Wikipedia, because there's not much on Wikipedia about this movie.
Nor should there be.
Yeah, right. Maybe on IMDb, maybe there's something about
you like the movie. I don't understand how you trash it and still like it. I'm so lost on this.
I said I didn't have high expectations for it, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Would you watch it again?
Just wait to the end. I've watched it twice.
Would you watch it again? Like not any other day, random?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Oh, man. Now, Jake, okay, well, I want to ask you guys about Myra. Did you guys think that we were going to get more from her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that she was eventually going to be like his love interest or something like that, or someone, there's always some woman that's helping out the hero in these movies, and eventually at the end of the movie they get together to say another. That wasn't the case with her. They definitely they fooled us with that one. And because I thought that she was someone, I thought she was going to be one of the supporting main cast people.
Well, here's the crazy thing about this whole group of the military is they're there under false pretenses, and only one of them knows what they're really there for.
Okay, explain that because I don't even know what you're talking about. I missed
So
all that.
they think they're there, that they're looking for something that's within the Buddhist temple, and so they think they're there looking to mine radium.
Okay.
And so, but the gentleman that is with the army, that is the only Asian gentleman there,
Rick
he
Hume.
knows. Yeah, he
I'm
knows
sorry,
about.
Captain Sand.
He tells you later, and actually he proves it later that he knows what's going on. He's one of the 9 warriors that has to fight the big bad.
Okay, now this is my question. Well, not really a question, a statement. I hate movies like this because they don't explain to you what's going on in the movie, right? And you spend a good, I know at least it was almost 30 or 40 minutes before you found out what was actually going on in the movie. It was just random things happening in the movie.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have read the synopsis of the movie, I'd have been like, "Oh, this is Alien versus Predator or some crap."
Okay, because I didn't read anything.
Yeah.
I didn't read anything.
Yeah.
So I was lost. So as I'm watching the movie, I'm trying to understand what is going on. And by doing that, you miss out on key points, like the point that you just made. Because I'm looking at this weird ass movie, wondering like, what the hell is going on? So I missed that part.
It threw me off the first time. The second time I watched it, I caught that he actually knew what was going on. Because there's a couple parts when you watch it the first time, you don't really notice, but the second time you watch it after he, because it's a few scenes later now, but you see him say something when they're interrogating him, and he's about to give some information away, Jake, that he doesn't know that he knows, and that gentleman stops him, kind of to be like, yeah, he kind of stops him to kind of be like, no, they don't need to know this.
So Myra is kind of believing him as he's talking with the military. She's starting to believe him. She gives him some truth serum also, right? And he's trying to answer. He's answering her questions, and she sees that he doesn't know whatever it is. Whatever information she wants to know, he's not giving it to her. You got anything, Angel? Yeah, he doesn't know anything.
No, that's what I'm. That's consistent with what I was seeing. This is my only thing, man. This is my only thing. Like when I'm watching this, I'm saying just the overall movie. Like when I was watching it, I felt like there are too many people.
Too many characters in the movie.
Yeah, like I feel like too many people. I don't know how to explain it. I'm
gonna tell you what the premise and the idea of the movie, they had something going. The execution was bad.
I can feel that.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I just feel like I really just feel like, man, like, you know.
No, that's where I'm coming from. That's why, like I said, I didn't have high expectations, but if they could have, if there's so much more they could have done to this movie to make it better, with the execution, I think it would have been overall a pretty good movie. But just the execution was very bad. The acting was absolutely horrible. And then, like I said, why throw Nicolas Cage was just so random to me in there. Granted, he was funny and he was an okay character, but he just felt out of place. You know, it would have almost made more sense.
He had the best acting though.
Yeah, but it would have made more. It almost would have made more sense for him to just turn into Ghost Rider and be like, "Haha!" At least you would have been like, "Why not?"
Right.
But I don't know. His character threw me off.
So Myra takes Jake out, and they're walking and talking. And she kind of believes that he doesn't know anything what's going on. And then we get introduced to another character. His name is Keung. Is that his name? Keung.
Yep.
Now this guy is he. I had a hard time believing this. So he comes onto this military base and he beats up U.S. soldiers by himself. Really?
Yep. With no weapons. They all have guns.
Yeah, they all have guns, and it's just him. He doesn't have a team of people.
These are the worst soldiers on the planet.
Yeah.
This dude should have been shot up 100 times.
Yeah. What American military base is getting beat up? That's not happening. Not by one lone guy, you know. Now, what did you think? Did you guys like it that they switched? Like when this fight scene was going on, the camera angles were a little weird. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, what they were doing. It was a couple times they actually went into first person point of view sometimes, which I did not like. I hated that. It was just too shaky and too jittery as you're watching the movie.
Again, it goes back to execution. They could have done that so much better, but they just, especially with the $25 million budget, they should have had that. Dude, if you want to do that, you have to get it right.
Bro, 23 million was on Nicolas Cage. The man's bankrupt.
Probably.
Like, what was I gonna say? So what you were saying, Gene, about the first person look? See, now I'm blanking on the word. The CGI was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
God awful.
Well, I mean, they didn't have Avengers level money, to make sure that it was right.
They had an Avengers level idea though.
What was there was a movie that came out that was supposed to be like next level that did the first person shooter kind of look to it. Something Harry, Hitman Harry or something like that, or Fast Henry, or I don't know, something like that. And they had the same idea, and it kind of fell short too.
Okay.
So I think there's people trying to execute that whole first person idea, but it's really hard to do, and I think it's something that you really have to look into and execute really well to make it work.
I don't even know if I think the best way to do this, I'm not sure it's going to work for everybody, because if you have vertigo, it's going to mess you up. But if this was done either with 3D or virtual reality, I think it would look a little bit better, because now I'm feeling like I feel like I'm part of the movie. But everybody can't handle virtual reality, especially in a scene like this. But I think it actually would have been cooler.
And I think when you're doing fight scenes, I think part of the idea of fight scenes, because you're not actually hitting somebody, you have to use camera angles. So I think it would be harder to hide the fact that you're not really hitting somebody if you're doing a first person shot. So I'm sure it's something they still have to work on as in the acting world.
So we find out that Keung is actually there to rescue Jake. Somehow he knew Jake was there. And Jake, all of a sudden, I'm not calling it jiu-jitsu, his martial arts skills just kind of take over. And he is, he's awake, but his subconscious is taking over, and he's doing martial arts, and he's helping Keung fight off all of a sudden these American soldiers. This whole thing was weird to me. The whole fight scene, why they're even fighting, why Keung is even came onto the base to start attacking people, and then just the fact that Jake knows martial arts, but he's not controlling himself. His arms and legs are pretty much doing what they want to do. It just seemed weird to me.
Well, there was this training that we found out way down the road that he's been training his whole life.
Yeah, right. And then also, it was like these people just patched you up. They just helped you out. They just rescued you. Now you're beating them up, Jake. That's what you're telling us. I don't know. That seemed a little weird to me. This fight scene to me seemed like it went on a little bit too long. Also, were you guys okay with the length of the fight scene?
I didn't mind it.
Okay. What about you, Andrew?
I didn't mind it. I just thought some of the moves were a little too much. You know what I'm trying to say? You know how we always talk about, like, there's like a time and a place for the aerials and a time and a place for like those theatrics, and then there's a time and place where I kind of just want to see some basic stuff, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel like some of it was a little too much to me.
Everything, what I had a problem with, everything was real set up. Yeah, it was like, here I am, ha, whoo.
Oh, that's how they jumped out at him every time.
Yeah. So I did have an issue with that.
So they ended up leaving the base, and as they're walking through like a meadow or something, we see some other fighters show up, and they just kind of appeared out of the grass.
That was odd.
Yeah, it was odd. Like they were just hanging out, and they just came up out the grass, and they all know Jake.
Yeah, and I think they were all hiding from the bad guy.
Did they even give that? Oh yeah, his name is Brax. That was his name. Yeah. Um, and then we got to see Frank Grillo. He was Harrigan. He seemed like he was the leader of this outfit. And okay, explain this. When they saw Jake, they were asking him something. They were saying like, what they saying like, don't come too close or something like that, or what were they saying? What were they saying to him at first when he first appeared to him to them?
So they were kind of mad at him.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to be the chosen one, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And from the beginning, we're finding out at the beginning, he was kind of running away from his destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were mad because he was supposed to be dead. He was supposed to be faking his death until the right time.
And then they say he's messing it all up.
Yeah, so he was supposed to be faking his death to throw Brax off, and then they would get their fights in, and then he would be able to ambush Brax to take him out.
Okay, so their plan was to die and then let and then let Jake win in the end.
Yes.
Mm. Ain't that the dumbest shit you ever heard of as a plan?
But it got messed up when he hit his head. So now that when he hit his head, it messed up the whole plan. Now he has no idea. He doesn't even remember the plan.
Right.
Let alone any of these people.
Right. Now, as they're talking, the military shows up, and then they just started fighting the military again. I still didn't understand why they just didn't tell the military soldiers what the hell was going on. And like you guys said, like I didn't know that Captain Sand was one of them.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I don't know that he was necessarily one of them, but he was definitely there. He knew what was going on.
Yeah. You know who I did not like? I did not like the black guy in the movie. I did not like him.
That's the translator.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was a dumbass.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
Huge dumbass.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
how you gonna be a translator and then say, "Yo, I don't really know what she's saying"?
Like, yeah.
Whatever. At the beginning, he told the old lady she was making him look bad. You're making yourself look bad, fool.
Man, this guy, it's just another one of those things. Like, how come the black guy has to be comic relief in all of these damn movies? They're either really, really tough and don't say anything and have no personality, or they're like this guy, a wisecracking. He served no purpose except for just to be the joke.
Wait. One of the black guys was also a warrior.
He didn't say, like I said, he had no personality. He didn't say nothing. He didn't do nothing. He was just there. Who fought?
A strong silent type. Okay.
Oh my goodness! I wanted this guy to die. Not the warrior guy. I wanted him to die.
You know what? I kept hoping, saying like, I said, you know what? This guy's never gonna die because he's so stupid.
Yeah. He always had something to say, and it was just corny and just stupid. I just hate this type of character. Okay, so the military show up and they end up fighting them. Once again, to me, like it all seemed like part of the other fight that had just happened 2 minutes earlier. So that's another reason why I thought like this fight was just too long. And I don't know, man. It was some cool moves in it. I mean, this is some cool. I'm looking at the fight scenes now. Like, it'd be cool, like if you could take them and just make them for one steps. If you want to do a demonstration, these would be cool for that. But as far as fight scenes, I
like seeing all the weapons. I like seeing some good bow work and nunchucks. You never see that too much, but yeah, it was interesting because then we get introduced to Brax for the first time.
Yeah,
we don't know it. And that's why I started saying, like, you start seeing this blue shield almost, and it's like Predator, and it's scanning for heat signatures.
And he was making himself invisible also.
Yeah. Well, apparently, we find out he only shows himself when it's going down. Otherwise, he just attacks you from afar.
Yeah, so I don't understand this guy. Like... This guy is playing the worst game of hide and seek for these soldiers, these warriors.
They say he likes to play with his food almost, like he likes to antagonize.
So anyway, as they're fighting, they end up beating up most of the warriors, the band of Jiu Jitsu fighters, martial artists, whatever you want to call them. Myra ends up taking Jake back and talking to him again. Anyway, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. She ends up dying. Brax ends up killing her. I was shocked when that happened. She ends up taking like a ninja star or something to the chest, and she died. And that kind of threw me off. How did you guys feel when that happened? Because I mean, then I was really lost when it came to this movie.
Yeah, she annoyed me, so I didn't mind it.
Yeah, but like I said, like in other movies, TV shows, that type of character normally is supposed to be. She's supposed to irritate you, and then she has some type of
and I always want her to die, and she never does. So.
she ends up being with the guy at the end of the movie. Well, that didn't happen in this one. She dies. They don't even acknowledge that she dies. Jake doesn't even acknowledge. He just leaves her.
I love it.
What about you, Angel? Were you okay with Myra dying?
Yeah.
We can't.
Okay. I know what was going on.
No, listen, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. When people died in this movie, I didn't really like go like, oh no, like I was kind of like, yeah. Get your ass, keep going. I'm gonna tell you right now. At one point, I was on the alien side. At one point, I was on his side. I swear to God. At one point, I was on his side. I swear to God. Because at one point, I was kind of just like, "Yeah, let's get through this movie. Go ahead, do your thing."
Now, Brax ends up. Brax does end up fighting with Captain Sam, and they thought that they had killed him.
Well, this is the first time Brax shows himself.
Right.
So, and that's like I said, the first time I watched this, I was like, why is he showing himself to this guy? Like, he thinks that this guy is a threat. And then I realized the second time I watched it, this guy knew about him, and they actually, they meet eyes and they bow and everything. So this is like his first fight. So he looks at him as a worthy opponent.
Okay.
But then he don't fight. He don't play fair though.
No. He ends up killing him. And the translator guy was there too. I have no idea what his name was. I
don't remember him giving him a name. Dumbass.
He was there and he ends up running away after Captain Sam, because he was happy that Captain Sam defeated him. He thought they all thought that it was over with, and that wasn't the case.
They bowed to each other and they kind of went to go get ready to spar, and all of a sudden he looks like he was going to be real honorable, and Captain Sam takes that big ass gun and starts shooting this dude. Mm-hmm. And you thought for sure, oh, he's dead, but all of a sudden he's not dead. Whatever that suit he has on or something apparently revives him.
Yeah. Let's move on, man. Let's get through the movie. So Jake ends up running, and he ends up running to Wiley. Now Wiley is eccentric, he's crazy. He I didn't know where this guy came from or who he was. He told Jake that Jake was him in the future. That's what he said.
Yeah, that confused me until the end.
Yeah, it confused me too, because I was like, okay, so is this really him? Did he really come back in time? I didn't understand it, because they never really explained nothing else until, like you said, to the very, very end also.
Yep.
And I was wondering if it kind of seemed like no one else even saw Wiley. That's what it kind of seemed like a little bit too to me, because it seemed like he was like they weren't really paying that much attention to him. He was just following along because he wasn't with the original group. It didn't seem like he was with the original
underground. Jake fell through a hole to reach him. That was a weird part.
Right. Wiley tells him, like, when he told him the story, like, I was there what happened with you, right? When he told him that, I was thinking like he made it seem like it happened a long time ago, but in reality, it had just happened like a day or two ago. You know. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, the whole thing with Wiley was he was just an odd duck. He could fight. I mean, they had a little sparring match and everything like that. But yeah, he knew what was going on way more than Jake knew. So
right now, I don't think did they even know that Jake had lost his memory? Because everyone was just kind of talking to him like he was normal.
They were trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with him, but they had to figure out like he had lost his memory. I mean, come on.
It's not like he could have said, "Hey, I fell into some water and bumped my head." He didn't know that happened.
Exactly.
Okay, so now help me out, Joe. So after a while, Harrigan shows up at Wiley's place, and the rest of the group, all of the warriors, all show up, and they're going to go to a particular place. Where were they going? I'm lost. I had no idea where they were going.
It's the Buddhist temple. It's the Buddhist temple where Brax originally showed up.
Mm-hmm. And that was like the portal that he came out of, the location that they were going. Okay,
yes.
so the fight was supposed to happen there.
Yep.
Okay. So why didn't Brax stay there and just beat up everybody else instead of chasing after Jake?
Well,
I'm lost on that. Like if he already had the fight, you said he had to have 9 fights.
Yeah, but he likes to hunt. He likes the whole cat and mouse game. And 2, I think he's kind of mad because he thought Jake was dead. Now he's realized Jake's not dead. So he don't care for Jake running away. So Jake's his number one priority. So that's why everybody else is trying to slow him down so Jake can get his mind right.
Okay. Anything, Angel?
I like that. I don't know, man. Like to me, the action didn't really start happening until once they got to like kind of like that church, kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
I think you talking about the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But I just.
So let me ask you guys this now. Wiley had he knew a lot of information about Brax, and he was telling the group a lot of information. Like he was giving the history of Brax. Now, do you know if Wiley had fought Brax for years? Like, was he always a part of the team training to fight him?
I mean, it kind of seemed like he had been doing this for a minute because he seemed like he was almost tired of it.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, because the only reason I'm asking that is that's the case, then everyone who fights Brax doesn't die. Then, if Wiley has seen him before or been around him plenty of times, then everybody's not dying when they fight him.
And even in this one, not everybody that fights him dies.
Right.
Somehow, what's his face had survived, and I don't know how he survived, because he was talking about the captain was talking about how when he put him down, it took about 5-6 seconds for him to regenerate, and that's when you're supposed to, like, that's the time that you're supposed to really put him away.
Now there was a situation. Jake also has a girlfriend that's one of these warriors. It's her name Carmen. I didn't see this coming either. There was no lead up to this at all. It was just all of a sudden, she's rubbing on him and started kissing him just out the blue. Man, the storytelling in this movie is just crazy. There's just no direction.
The first time that he ran into the warriors, like she ran up and hugged him. So yeah, there was something there the whole time.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was going to be a romantic interest or anything like that. I just thought that they were happy that he was still alive or that they found him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward.
They get to the point. They're trying to get to the temple, and they get ambushed by Brax. And was it Frank Grillo's character that took him on first, or was this the part where Wiley took him on?
I think it was it was the black guy, the big black guy who was the warrior, and I think it was Kyung. I think those two fought him first, and of course they lost. They ended up losing to him.
Yes.
But like I said, I don't think their purpose was to win. Like you said, it was just to maybe slow him down or injure him, or
they're still just trying to give Jake a chance to get his mind right.
Right. Now, eventually, go ahead, Angel.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, man. It just seemed like Jake was, I kind of just didn't like the passiveness from him throughout the movie.
Well, he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I feel Joe on that one. Like he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know what's happening.
I know. Because right when he does know what's going on. Yeah, but right when he figured it out, then all of a sudden that's when he finally took care of business.
Does he even get his memory back?
Yeah, I think they don't say it, but I think at the last fight scene,
it didn't seem like he got his memory back. I mean,
no, during the last fight scene, there's a point where all of a sudden he's like he's getting his butt kicked and he gets like a jolt, and all of a sudden it's like that to me was saying like, oh, my memory's back, because then that's when the tables kind of turned. Not saying it's right, but
no, I got you.
That's the way I saw it.
Let's talk about Wiley.
Wiley's going to slow him down so they can have this final battle scene, and Wiley gives him a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
He bows to him. He puts the sword in the ground.
I kind of like that fight scene.
Yeah, me too. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I didn't mind that fight scene. That was one I could tolerate.
And they were fighting with the swords, and they were fighting without the sword. There was a point at the end where Wiley had lost his sword, and Brax gave it back to him, which I thought was like him saying, okay, you did good. But instead, he kind of just said, "Here, take this," and then whooped his ass.
Yeah.
So I thought that was wrong. I think it almost was like Brax was pissed off that he was doing so well.
But like I was asking earlier, like he should have fought him before. Like if Wiley has been around all of this time, he should have fought him. This shouldn't have been their first encounter with each other. This should at least been at least the third time.
At least,
unless they rotate aliens. Well, the reason I'm saying that is because in Alien versus Predator, it's not the same Predator that comes back every time. It's always like a different one from the same group. Maybe it was his turn to get some sparring in.
It's possible because of the way this one ended.
Yeah. So anyway, we end up finding out that Wiley is actually Jake's father. I didn't see that coming either. Like I said, I thought it was him. I thought it was him.
That's what they threw me off. But it makes sense now because he's like, I'm you in the future. It makes sense if you're his dad, and if he doesn't, if he keeps running away from his destiny, he's going to be the dad. So it makes sense.
And he has to keep fighting for the rest of his life. Every 6 years, a different alien that comes through. I wouldn't do that shit. I would be like, all right, alien, just go ahead and kill me.
Yeah. Kill me, destroy the world.
Kill me, just with somebody else.
I swear, man, the way G looks at life is just amazing. Like G just said it just straight out. Just said at one point, yo, man, just take me out.
Just think about it. Just think about it, Angel. Just think about it. I mean, you win this fight. You're going on with your life. You're having a good day, and always in the back of your mind, you're always going to be thinking like, in 6 years, I got to do this shit again. You can't fall in love with nobody. You're not going to try and have a kid or a family. It'll be a Sunday afternoon. The next thing you know, you remember, oh shit, tomorrow I got to go fight that alien Brax. No, man. I'm not trying to do that I'm not living my life like that.
No, listen, man, I'm hopping. Listen, I'm sending Brax back through the portal, and then I'm hopping on a spaceship. I'm going to take my kids with me and my family, and I'm going to go find another planet where Brax don't want to be.
Yeah. And then Jake ends up fighting with Brax. I didn't really care. I didn't really care for that part of it either. But before we get to that, Joe, explain. Okay, what happened at the very, very beginning? Explain to the listeners what was the situation. why? How did we get to where we are? Because we found out at damn near at the end of the movie.
What are you talking about? At the beginning, where Jake was running from.
Yeah.
So
well, they explain right here what happened.
Yeah. What I thought at first was I thought Jake was running from his destiny, but in actuality, it was a plan they came up with where Jake was supposed to pretend to be dead, and then everyone else was supposed to keep Brax busy, and it would give Jake the allotted amount of time to kind of come up with a plan and finish him out. And this was Jake's plan.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was during his fake death, he hit his head, got amnesia, and he forgot his own plan.
Oh, I thought he got scared. That's why he ran away. Because weren't they mad at him that he ran away?
And I thought the same thing, but I think that it was actually a plan. From my watching it the second time, I thought it was a plan. But I saw it from both sides. Okay. I thought that the first time.
I thought he was running. I thought they were mad. I thought that's why the group was mad at him because he ran away and messed up the plan. That's what I thought.
It's very possible.
Okay, because if the group thought he was dead, then why would Kyung even have gone to the military base and attacked those soldiers just out the blue for no reason?
Because they figured out that he had brought him back. You know, at the beginning when they were taking him out of the water, I swear I saw Wiley in the boat.
Oh,
or maybe Wiley tipped him off that he was there. And he just didn't say no, which was weird. But I swear,
I thought Wiley was there with the group when Brax first came through.
That's the problem. I don't know because I swear I see him at the beginning of the boat really quick. He got his little Raiden head on.
I don't know.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Jake fights him. So, to me, it looks like he gets his memory back in the middle of the fight because he's not doing well in the fight. And then all of a sudden, he starts kicking ass. Our comical black guy had a couple of grenades. They cut open Brax, and when he's got a wound, before the wound closes, throw a couple grenades in there, kick him into the portal, and blow him up.
Yep. Then that's the end of
it. And then they say they're going to see him again in 6 years. So I'm like, that's not going to. You're telling me he survived that?
Yeah.
So maybe, Angel said, maybe it's a different alien each time.
Maybe they thought this movie was going to do so good that they were going to get funding to do another movie, and that is not the case. I can't see nobody financing this.
No, they're not getting another $25 million, especially when they didn't even make $1 million off of it.
No, you know what this movie would have been good for? This movie would have been good if it was like an independent homemade movie for YouTube. You know, I could accept that then. You know, but as a major motion film, like think about all of the different filmmakers who can't get their movies financed, but this shit got financed. Like, damn, that's crazy.
There's somebody out there thought it was a good idea, man,
and it's actually on Netflix, and that
it had potential, which I really do think it had potential. I just think it was poorly executed, and I don't, there's a lot they're gonna have to do to fix it. So, especially with a $25 million budget. Oh. That makes me hate it now.
So, and once again, I got it playing in the background, and I'm just looking at random scenes. And during these random scenes, we see the comet. The comet is flying over. I really wish I can't watch this movie again and look for the explanation of the comet.
I think the lady talked about it. I'll look again, but I think the old lady at the beginning talked about it, and she said I think it had something to do with Jake. Or it has something to do with Brax, but it was one or the other.
It had something to do with Brax, and it has something to do with him leaving. That I think the comet had to pass over a certain point, and they had to defeat him before it got to that certain point.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what was going on. Because they kept on looking. They kept looking up at the comet also, and it said it's on the move. It's on the move. So we got to keep moving also. So I don't know. So. I know what I'm giving. I know what score I'm giving. I'm giving this a F minus if I can. I'll give it a Z. I did not like this at all.
I just don't think I think Street Fighter was worse. I'm giving it a C. I did not hate it.
A C.
I'll give it a C.
What the hell?
Listen here. You got your grade. I got my grade. Listen here, Siskel. Ebert, sit on your thumb.
What are you giving us? What's your score, Angel?
An F, a Z, or whatever you call it, man. What? A C? Like, I swear to you, I really thought like Joe was gonna be like D plus, D minus. A C, like a C. Like you skip D.
If I hated it, it would be D.
B minus to C.
I didn't hate it. It had potential.
This was better.
I like weird
than
stuff.
Double Dragon.
I like weird stuff. I didn't give Double Dragon. Did I give the? I don't
Double
remember,
Dragon. I don't remember the Double Dragon.
I did like this better than Double Dragon.
Wow.
Double Dragon was garbage.
It was, and so was this.
This was this. What do you?
This was garbage.
I can't put this on the same level as
for real. Let's say I like rent a Redbox and I rented this movie, and today was garbage day. I'm throwing this in the garbage with it.
You're gonna pay $25 for it.
You know what? I'm doing.
You're gonna help me back that $25 million.
I'm doing everybody a service with that one. I'll that $25, but at least my town will never have to deal with this movie.
You guys get a petition together to tell Netflix to take it down?
I'm not going that far. I mean, I'm not about to not nobody else hustle. I mean, somebody else made money off this movie. You know, the costume people made money. The special effects person made money. The actors definitely made some money. You know,
they got paid. Listen, Frank Grillo died but before the end of the movie.
Yeah, he did. He did.
No royalties though.
Yeah, no, nobody's giving any royalties. Yeah.
All right, what are we doing next?
I was going to ask you guys that. I have no idea. I picked the last two. I don't know what's on our list.
I'm still scarred from this shit, so you guys can.
Oh yeah, Okay, I got to talk to you guys after this about next week's schedule. Also,
all right.
What's on our list? What haven't we talked about this on the list?
Wait! Warriors of Virtue. Bam.
I've never heard of it, but
that's the one I said in the thing. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with kangaroos.
Shit. All right.
I'm telling you right now, it's on YouTube. Listen, I did start watching it. I don't know. Angel loves this shit, and I don't know, man.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't care. Fine. It's the holiday season. Fine. Can I watch this with the kids? The kids?
Oh yeah. It's a kid movie.
It's a kid movie. Okay.
Wait. No. Is there a sex scene in it?
I heard Ice-T or Ice Cube. One of the two plays one of the characters.
Bullshit! I did not know that until just now.
Yeah, I think someone at work told me that. I think it was Ice-T.
That's crazy. Oh, listen, no, but for real though, I think it is a kid movie because my dad let me watch it when I was younger. But yeah, you're gonna kill this one, Gene. Oh man, kangaroos that do karate.
He already told me. He told me that you and I weren't gonna like it.
Literally, I swear to God, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but kangaroos.
Like that, you know what? That was the guy in the meeting with Warner Brothers or whatever. That's exactly what he said. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but kangaroos.
Yeah. And it was during the 90s, so it's the same premise.
Oh, God. I guess we doing Battle Frogs after that, huh? We doing Battle Toads or whatever they would call it. We doing that? We're going to do biker mice from Mars. We're going to do that too.
I love it.
All right. What'd you say it's called? Warriors of Virtue? That's next?
Yes.
I sent you. It's in the chat. I sent you the link.
Okay. All right. You guys got any closing remarks? I have nothing else to say about this movie here.
Check it out. Tell Gene and Angel they're wrong.
No. Yeah, okay.
Come to my side. Come to the dark side.
All right, you guys. If you guys listen to this, make sure that you guys comment on our post on Facebook. Let us know what you guys think of this movie. I know Jeff Das, the big sushi himself, is probably going to say something to us in our group chat. Let's see what he thinks of it. All right, that's it for Fist Kicks and Flicks this week. Everybody, you guys stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you guys next week. Director, are you back? Guessing now I'm playing my own music.
This Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.